Okay friends, so today because it is Ashadi Ekadashi, we are going to make varyache tandul, bhoplyachi bhaji and danyachi amti. So varyache tandul is known as samo over here in Canada. So we're going to use this, of course ghee, amsul and chilies. Ingredients, and this is a diced and cubed bhopra. As a change, we are going to make quick and easy danyachi amti. So we are not going to grind any peanuts, but we are going to use this peanut butter, which is all natural without any additives like salt or anything. So we are going to use this amsul, chilies and cumin, that is jeera. Let's begin. Okay, so begin with, we are going to roast the varyache tandoor or samo as it is known. You don't need to roast it like till completely brown, just a little bit, so that it will show up a little pinkish hue. There we begin. Okay, so now our millet or samo or varyache tandoor, as you want to call it, is roasted. So we are just going to take it out and put it in a measuring cup. So if it's 1 cup of varyache tandoor, then you would need 3 cups of water when you are actually cooking it. Let's begin. Okay friends, now we are starting the bhoplyachi bhaji. So to begin with, we'll take a couple of spoons of pure ghee. As the next step, we are going to add a little bit of chilies. It's as per your taste. These chilies are particularly hot, so we're not going to add them all. A couple of amsul, and of course when all this is done, we are going to add jeera or cumin as it is known. And now we are adding cumin or jeera, it's known as in Marathi. Once the jeera starts popping, it depends if you had more ghee or oil, it would happen immediately, but we are trying to play healthy and not adding too much fat. Once that's happened, next goes in the pumpkin or bhopla as it is known in Marathi. So now we are going to stir it a bit and just cover it and keep on checking on it when it gets cooked, and of course salt to taste. Okay, the bhoplyachi bhaji or the pumpkin bhaji seems to be done. It's all cooked. If you wish, you could add ghee at this stage. We are not going to do that because it's a bad thing for diabetics, even if they're going to have a little bit of it. And while serving, you can use fresh coconut that's grated as a topping. Okay friends, we are starting on the next item, and that is called danyachi amti, or to put it differently, it's peanut butter curry, you could call it that. So here we are going to start with some basics, and that is like a couple of spoons of pure desi ghee. It's just like the recipe that we use for the bhoplyachi bhaji, but instead of bhopra, we are going to use the peanut butter slurry. Like we're taking the peanut butter that is made from pure any crunchiness, so we are going to add some peanuts at the end of it. So here goes the amsul. Folks, the amsul has gone in. Next we are going to add some chilies. These are serrano chilies because in Canada we don't really get good Indian chilies. Most of the time we use Thai chilies. So it's going on, and now we are going to add cumin. Okay, now in goes a little bit of water. This is done so that the amsul get cooked very nicely, and they're going to impart a sour flavor to our peanut butter curry. Okay, the water is boiling and probably the amsuls are cooked by now. At this time we are going to put in the slurry made from only peanuts. It's smooth peanuts that are used in this peanut butter, and we are going to rectify that. Here goes in the slurry. Okay, so now we are going to use this salted blanched peanut, just a handful. We are going to put it in this mortar and pestle. This is just to give texture and some crunch to the danyachi amti. By the way, for the danyachi amti, you could also use red dried chilies instead of green chilies if you so wish. Okay, so these are some roughly pounded peanuts. It is for texture, and these peanuts actually are salted peanuts, so we are going to be careful when we salt. Okay guys, here's the last dish for today's Upaas menu. Now we are making varyache tandul or samo. Again, we begin with some toop or ghee as it is known. It is clarified butter, and it imparts a very special taste to any item that you use this for. Of course, it's a dairy product, so the vegans can't use it. Okay, so the next we'll go in some chili slices. This is totally optional for varyache tandul. You don't really need chilies because you have it in your peanut samti and the bhoplyachi bhaji. Once that gets going, we are going to add cumin. This is essential because cumin gives a good flavor, and it also gives a bit of crunch once it's fried and roasted. Now we are going to add the slightly roasted samo. I'm going to give it a bit of a stir so that it gets slightly roasted in the ghee that we've added. Not much, just mixing everything together and making sure most of the grains of this millet are coated with the toop. And as mentioned earlier, like if you have 1 cup of samo, you need 3 cups of water. So we have the water ready here. And in goes the water. Ideally, if you want to cook this dish fast, you should be using water that's already heated in a kettle perhaps, but we are going with the cold water because we have all the time in the world. Okay, so the water has gone in, and now I'm just going to cover it and let it cook. Of course, I'll be checking it in between, say like 5 minutes gap, because I haven't cooked it that often. So let's see how it works out. We'll show you the final dish once it's done. So here is the final meal for Ashadi Ekadashi. As you can see, we have bhoplyachi bhaji, that's basically pumpkin with grated coconut on the top, danyachi amti, peanut butter curry, and varyache tandoor or millet rice. Enjoy. Vittala 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 vittala.